it's Lisa from Nurse Lisa channel. I am here to do In Your Pocket Tuesday, and this is the inspiration piece, which is beautiful. And the thing that I took from looking at this, or I should say the first thing I noticed was the vibrant colors. So I thought that would be appropriate for us going apple picking and the colors of the fall chrysanthemums. And then also I have that die cut which is from Scraptastic, and it's color outside the line. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different to incorporate some more color into that. So this is one of my Project Life spreads. It's September 21st to September 27th, and I actually somehow managed to get caught up on my Project Life. I don't know how I did that, but I'm very excited about it because, as we all know, December Daily is starting soon. So I will put my link below to my channel if you guys are interested. Go and check it out. So this is here where we went apple picking, and also my husband bought me my first selfie stick. So of course we were in the car and I had to try it out. So I may have like put it in front of him to take his picture, as you'll see on that picture over onto the right hand side. So I was just being really goofy and it was fun. So this exclusive die cut was in one of my kits. It was probably in the October Scraptastic This Life Noted kit. I'm pretty sure it was, but it could have been September too. It was like in one of the fall kits. So I decided that I would go ahead and back it with different colors that were in the layout, and also just like some fall colors. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my quick dry adhesive to go ahead and put it behind each of the words, and that way I'll get a little bit more color peeking through, which I thought was kind of a cool idea. I was just going to put like a 3x4 piece of cardstock behind it, but then I thought, no, I need to do something a little bit more challenging than that. So I went ahead and chose to do it this way. So I just had some scraps. I keep some scraps when I go ahead and cut up some cardstock, and I went ahead and grabbed my scrap bucket and pulled out some colors that I thought would match. So that's what I'm doing right now, and actually we had a lot of fun. We don't do a lot of like canning of apples and things like that. I think we made like 2 pies. Oh, we made homemade applesauce, so that was a lot of fun. And we found this crock pot recipe, which was really super easy. So since I'm not the best baker, and I don't have any patience in the kitchen, so I decided we would go ahead and just do something really simple and something that like you just throw everything in and then it's all ready to go at the end of the day. And then we did throw some in freezer bags in the freezer. So we live in a really beautiful area of New Hampshire, so we always have some gorgeous scenery. I did take some other pictures, but that's on the other side of this like it was like a 2-page spread, so I just included one side of it just because I didn't want it to be a really super long video. And I had taken some other photos when we were up there in the mountains picking the apples, and it was an absolutely gorgeous day. We couldn't have asked for a better day. So here I'm just cutting out some. I love this leaf punch, which is, I don't know if it's by American Crafts or not, but it is the most handiest little punch. Let me see, Recollections. And especially for the fall or layouts or anything, just to add some color and stuff. So I went ahead and decided to add a bunch of leaves to this layout, and I don't know, I just think it's adorable, and I like the little leaves that you get. So this was one of those little acrylic shapes that came with a kit, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down, but I think I decided I wanted to put some leaves around it, so leaves around the apple, kind of like they were on the tree. And this place makes the best like apple cider donuts and pizza, and everything's like all organic and delicious. So we sat outside under the picnic table and we had some lunch, and those donuts, they take them right out of the, you know, the fryer lid, I guess you call it, and they put them in like powder and cinnamon and stuff like that. So we sat outside and it was a really pretty day, like I said, and the temperature was beautiful. And we sat out and kind of had some really yummy food. So that was a fun day, and that's what I like about doing these you know, in your pocket type pages, because I can kind of look back and see all the memories, and like just by looking at the spread, I don't really have to read all the journaling that I do. And that's something that I do every week. When I do my journaling, instead of writing it or, you know, putting it, cutting it out or anything, I just go ahead and print it. I type it, and then I go ahead and put it in PicMonkey, and then I print it on photo paper. And that's pretty much just the way that I do it now. I find it easy, and since I've done it for so long now, it's quick. So that's what I like about it. And then I can just, you know, at the end of every day, I just do my journal, type in a few things that went on during the day. Sometimes I do it every other day, just depending on what's going on. And so that's one of my styles for Project Life. And then that little apple card over to the left, the well in the middle row there, that, oh, that one right there. That was like a Jolie's boot, like I don't remember exactly what it was called, but it was like a sticker sheet that had like a fall wreath, and it said autumn, and it had some pine cones. So I decided to kind of add that in on there, and then to add a little bit of color in amongst those brown twigs and stuff, I was going to go ahead and add some leaves. So I went ahead and did that. Um, but yeah, there's a picture there. We were actually in the Burger King drive-through, and now I don't eat there a lot, so don't judge me. But that picture on the lower um, there, but to the left of the fall chrysanthemums, there was the most gorgeous sunset, and oh my gosh, I was like, I have to get a picture. So I know I was in the Burger King drive-through, and it's funny because I didn't write that anywhere, but I just know as soon as I look at that photo, because it faces LLB, and you can see that right across the street. So I am just kind of fussing with all of these little leaves just to try to get them all on there. And then this little going places, I think that was in one of our ephemera packs, but I can't remember exactly which one, but it just says going places, and I thought it would be kind of appropriate for our little adventure of the day. And then here I had, oh, I love these wood veneers we got in one of our kits. There's like one Monday through Sunday, and then this was the Saturday that we went, so I decided that this was perfect, so I would go ahead and put it under the photo of me peeking through the trees with the apple that I found. Oh my gosh, it was the funniest thing. There was this family, and there's this little boy that was there, and he was having such a blast. And I turned around and I heard him getting scolded, and I looked, and he had taken the biggest bite out of an apple off the tree and just left the apple on the tree. And it was really cute. It had this big teeth marks in it and stuff. It was just funny. I had to laugh. That was something my boys would have done to me when I was bringing them up too. So I had to think back to all those memories of when they're young and naughty. So here, that was the orchard that we went to. It's called Pie Tree Orchard, and I got that little brochure, and I thought maybe I'd cut it up and do some things with it. But by the time I got all my photos on here, I really didn't have much room. But I wanted to have something from it on there, and I like the font that they wrote Pie Tree Orchard in, so I just decided to cut that out. And I usually save ephemera wherever we go, and then I'll put it in a little box on my table, and then when I do my project life that week, I'll pull it out. And if I use it, like that little apple one I didn't end up using, it just didn't go anywhere. Not a big deal. I just chucked it in the recycle bin. But yeah, it's nice just to think about, you know, grabbing the brochures and then just putting them on your desk, or, you know, a spot where you keep your scrapbooking stuff. And that way, when you go to do that week, I usually keep it with the pictures, or I just stick a sticky note to it with a date or something, or a note or something on it, so I can kind of keep track. And here I decided that I would get my glossy accents out, and I would go ahead and make these three apples look like kind of three-dimensional. And I mean, I use glossy accents for, you know, a couple different things, but obviously this is probably what it was created for, I'm assuming, was to make things look kind of glassy, and I love that part of it. So I went ahead and did that, and excuse me. Yeah, so this was a very colorful layout, and I didn't have to do a lot of embellishing, even though I chose to do a few little things. But you know, when you have a lot of pictures and you have all the pockets and you have a a photo for each pocket, it's kind of nice because you don't have to do a lot. And I was trying to keep it as simple as I could. Just gonna add some enamel dots here. Such gorgeous colors on those ones too. Um, try to keep it as simple as possible so that I could try to get caught up. So a lot of it I didn't do, you know, a lot of embellishing at all, but that's fine. I'm okay with that as long as I don't have weeks and weeks of photos that are sitting around because it just stresses me out. I know that sounds silly, but I guess that's reality. But so here I'm just taking some black enamel dots, and I like to add those to the center of letters and things like that just to kind of bring them out. So you can see on that card, well, I think it looks like it brought out the words, color, and lines just by adding a little bit of those tiny, tiny dots. And I think I got those like for $1 or something at Michael's. And they've lasted me a while. I love using those. I use them on like every spread. So I'll add some more color here, get some more oranges and yellows and greens. And yeah, so we had a lot of fun with the selfie stick. We got some really cool pictures. The only problem I find with those selfie sticks is that I don't remember to bring it when we go places. So I think that's probably the only drawback of having one is you really have to remember to take it with you so you can use it. So here I am just adding a little bit of that green twine just to kind of bring out the green from the trees and the whole spread. And I hope you guys enjoyed this quick in your Pocket Tuesday, and I'll leave my links below. I hope you guys come back and join us for some more fun on Crafty, Maven, Getaway. I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye, YouTube.